Hey, so this is my new piece. I've just finished it. I never even had a chance to like change or anything because I'm preparing for my class tomorrow. So I need to get it out of my little conservatory studio. But I wanted to take a quick video before. So what we did here. I had this idea. I used to bought a class, online class from Plain Jane, and she was doing different techniques there. And one of them was this kind of board, and she used molds to do like a picture frame in it. And inside it was like a napkin design, and then outside it was like this green color, and then she used tea bags to age it and then some splashes. So I was going for that kind of look. So I started with painting it in Annie Sloan Capability green. Then I don't remember the order of everything, but so it was painted. First it was painted in like a cream color, Versailles, I think, and then I painted it green. Then I've used a wet cloth to distress it a little bit here and there. Then I've used the tea bags to get this old dirty look. But before the tea bags, sorry, I've done the napkin. I've done the napkin decoupage. I've done those lines here, and then on the sides. But then I thought it looks weird, just this line. So I thought I'm gonna frame it with raised stencil, which is here. And then I added molds as well, because why not? So then I started aging the piece. So I've used the tea bags. Then I sealed it. Then I've used the brown glaze. That's why it's all so dirty here. This is not dark wax, this is glaze. And then I've added the lovely IOD transfers that I think really elevated this piece, and because they were really similar to the napkin, so I thought they will go great together, which they did. And then I sealed it again, added some gold as always for highlights, then added gold wax. Yes, Rocky. Added gold wax for highlights on molds. Inside there is a little shelf. I painted the shelf brown. No, you're not going in. And I've done exactly the same inside, green and then brown glaze. And then inside the bureau, we have a little shelf as well, which is brown. I've done the same look. Added a little transfer here. I've done the napkin decoupage on those two little drawers because I think that would look nice. And then there is also a working light, which is great. And this bureau is ready for its new home. I hope you will like this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay, new day, new piece. So I have this lovely bureau, and I kind of have no idea what I'm gonna do with it. So I was looking. I have an album on my phone with like a furniture ideas from other people, what I've seen on Pinterest or whatever. So I was looking through it, thinking what can I do on this one. Kind of thinking what I already have painted in my house for sale, and that I don't want to do anything that is similar already that I have to offer. So I want to do something different, maybe try something different. So I'm thinking now that I will do lots of texture and distressing and stuff like that, because obviously on my last video the distressing didn't work, so I'm not gonna prime this piece. It will be brown, and then everything that I will do on it, I will be able to distress it back to this brown if I choose to do so, because I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm thinking about doing like lots of texture and some napkin decoupage as well to go with it. So I'm gonna rip this napkin here and there. I'm gonna do some patches, and then around it once this is dry, because I'm going to paint it white. So I have white underneath my napkin, and then after that I'm going to add my texture medium on top of it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just going to do like texture or maybe raise stencil as well or something. We'll work around it, and then I'm going to be painting tomorrow. So yeah, wish me luck, and we'll see how that's going to turn out. What are we gonna do? We will add napkins now. So this was painted white. I mean, not completely, but it's enough for me to apply my napkin for decoupage. As you can see, this piece is bleeding through and it's yellowing, because that was all white paint. But I don't care that it's yellowing, I don't care that it's bleeding through, because it will kind of go with my design. Because I think I'm gonna do my napkin decoupage like here and there, and then the color around it will probably be green, and then I will darken it and age it with tea bags. I think I've never done it before, and also with brown wax after it. So I want it to look old and worn and stuff like that. So yellowing doesn't bother me, it's actually fine. So how we apply napkin decoupage. When I went to Germany last month, I actually bought those. I bought loads of napkins there. And they always have layers, normally 3 layers. So you take the layers off, and you take the layers off until you see your flowers on the other side as well. That means that this is definitely the last layer, because sometimes when I'm sitting at my classes and some of my students, that's a weird word to use, are using it, they're like, oh no, I took all the layers. And I'm like, no, you didn't. I can still see that this is not like see-through, so definitely needs to be more like see-through. So now I know this is the last layer. And how I'm gonna position them, I don't know. First I thought it's gonna be like a little bit here, a little bit there, kind of uneven, but that might look weird. So I might do it so it's like flowing here and then going to the back. So maybe like a line that it's going through your furniture. I'll see. So I want to rip it, and I don't want nice lines or anything, because it will be flowing. But then again, with my paint and stuff, I will still go over it a little bit, so it's not going to be a line like this. It's more like that, but we'll play with it. So I'm gonna rip it here, and then I'm gonna apply it with the Annie Sloan clear matte lacquer. And the fun part about using napkins for decoupage is that it's so easy to rip them, obviously, but then to join them together. They can overlap, or sometimes when someone rips, even if it's like in the middle, it's easy to just patch it and nobody knows. So yeah, let's see. Oh, I'm gonna probably like start from here, and it's gonna go like that, and here it will be like a separate line, probably going from the bottom. I will do this line first, and then I will see what I'm gonna do with the line on the bottom. So this will overlap kind of to the corner, and then I will open it. Oh, that's the lacquer here. So the lacquer is your glue and your top coat, and it's so easy to use. You add it on, make sure that it's in the corners for your napkin, and then it doesn't matter if you go more on the furniture than where the napkin is going to be, because it's easy to, because it's see-through, so nobody's going to know. And I also like when I get creases on my napkin, because that will go with my design too. Okay, but you can never place the napkin down on lacquer and then lift it up, because that's just gonna rip. Because other decoupage paper you can sometimes, you know, lift it up and then place it down again, but not napkins. They are too thin and too fragile for it. Then also, because napkins are so thin, what's the other good thing about like messing up sometimes? Let's say I'm adding everything here, but in here I have some bubbles and it's not really stuck down. So I'm like, oh, I needed more lacquer underneath, but because it's so thin, I can just put it on top and it will seep through the napkin and it will go down. Same here. And then I can open this. So you can either rip it now or then just use a sandpaper to sand it off. And I will make sure it's everywhere on the corners. You can even stick it down there, so it's definitely down. Yeah, so this will be nice, and then I will continue like that. So let's add another piece. There will be some pieces wasted, but then you can keep them stashed somewhere and then you can always use them for something. Like this. Yeah, that will be fine, because I didn't want to waste that flower because it's nice. There we go. A little bit here, a little bit overlapping. Yeah. There we go. Very nice. Nice and flat. I'll show you up close. See, there is no bubbles. There are creases, but I don't mind. So I'm gonna continue with this line, kind of going like that, and then going to the side. It's gonna go like this. The same from this side. It will start from this corner, go down, and then obviously I'm gonna do something on top, and then a separate line on the bottom, something like that. So yeah, I'll come back when that's done. Okay, I've added that. So this one is really here, this door is here, and this is here. So the line is going like this, and from the side, so it actually joins. So it's going from the side here, and then joins there, it's going there. So not too bad. Now it looks very, very random. I hope it's not going to be that random when I start painting. And it's yellowing even more when I added the lacquer, you see, but I like it. I'm gonna go for that yellowing thing anyway. So yeah, first I thought I'm gonna paint it green, but now I'm thinking, should I paint it light pink? Decisions. I will see. I'm not promising anything. So I'm deciding what color to use. So I was wondering, my first idea was that green, but then I thought maybe with those flowers the pink will go better. But now I'm thinking I probably will do green because I don't want it to be like too girly. So I'm gonna go with green, but then I thought I want like a base coat painted fully everywhere and then dried, and then when I paint my green on top, I'm gonna start using a wet cloth to get to that color again, and that color will also join with the background of my napkin. So yeah, so I'm gonna paint the whole color, the whole bureau this color. I don't have to record it, you will know how to do it. It will be fully covered with that. Then I will record the quick video of the whole bureau painted that color, and then tomorrow I'm gonna apply this color and start distressing. So this is going bye-bye, and yeah, this is all now painted the Versailles cream color. Gonna leave it overnight probably. Then I'm gonna do a second coat tomorrow, and then I'm gonna start with the other bits. And the next step for this piece is to paint it all green. So I'm gonna go for Capability Green from Annie Sloan, because that's like a very nice warm green that will go nicely with the flowers. And I'm gonna paint it, then I will leave it for about maybe like an hour or something to dry. Today is quite warm, so it should be drying nicely. And then I'm gonna come with a wet cloth and I'm gonna wipe it off here and there to show that cream underneath a little bit, and to distress it. Okay, I don't like this part, like the napkin was lifting there a little bit. I'll see, but then at the end I think I'm gonna be distressing it to the wood as well. So so I would just probably sand it off a little bit. Oh, how nice it is to have some sun back. It's been too long and I don't want to listen to any people in the south anymore saying how warm it is and what a great heat wave they have. And I actually, one night I had to go and run myself a bath because I was that cold. So to warm up, I went for a hot bath, and that's July in Scotland, so you know, I was still wearing a jacket yesterday, but today is nice. And I think it's supposed to be nice for about a week, which is a long time in Scotland. Okay, Isla, thank you. So I'm doing some little bit of texture with this brush and dabbing. Still looks random, but you see how dirty my napkin went. So that's all the bleed through from this wood went through. But I don't mind, because like I said, I thought I'm gonna be using tea bags to make this piece go this color anyway. So we'll see what's gonna happen to this paint, because maybe it will go through the green as well and make it a little bit dirty, so that will be good, but then I'll still be adding the tea bags. Some nice strong tea bags like Scottish blend or something, because it's an awful tea. I only drink Earl Grey, to be honest. No milk. Milk in the tea is weird. I'm sure this is unpopular opinion here. When I was little, my grandma was giving me milk in my tea because she was saying that that's the way the Russians were drinking it. So she learned that during the war, I think, or something. So I didn't mind it, but yeah, it's not my style. I went to see my friend last year in Birmingham, and her husband made me a cup of tea, and I thought that he remembered, but he actually made it with milk, and I'm like, oh my god. So I wanted to be nice, and I drank it, but it wasn't the best. There we go, we are almost there. Almost there. There we go. So I go a little bit over the napkin and stuff like that, blur those lines. And this is one side done. It will be dry now, but you see, it's almost dry because it's quite warm. And obviously I'm in conservatory, so it's all glass around me, so it's even quicker to dry. Perfect. I'll do the rest off camera and then I will show you what it looks like. I am now distressing it with a wet cloth. Yeah, this piece, it's gonna take a while and few steps before it starts making sense, if it will, because I'm just, learning as I go as well, but yeah, just playing with it. I'm not in a rush to finish or anything like that, because I do have a lot of painted pieces at the moment, and I think during the summer holidays maybe pieces do sell a little bit slower because people are going away. But I was out today working on a commission for a garden gate and for like a cabinet door inside somebody's house, so that was different. It was so hot, so nice, so I really enjoyed it. I was sitting with the peacocks and chickens and horses, and it was lovely. So I'm revealing the cream color from underneath, so that's gonna join a little bit with my napkin, and then when I add the tea bag it will be more this color, so that's fine, because I even thought maybe I should paint the green on top of the napkin and then reveal it with wet distressing, but then I thought no, maybe that would be too much if I would paint green on top of that, so I'll just play with the original idea and see how it goes. So I was supposed to really already distress it in the morning when I painted it, but then I went away for that commission, so now I came in the evening and it is very, very dry because it was very hot today, but it's still coming off. I need to wet it again, I think, just to make it more wet so it's distressing easier, and then I will do the rest. Okay, I distressed it with wet cloth and I actually started laughing when I saw it because it looks like, it reminds me if maybe my piece has some kind of disease. It's got spots, but yeah, trust the process, they say. Do I believe it? Do I trust it? Right now, maybe not, but yeah, let's see. It must get better because it cannot be that bad to the end. Oh, yeah. Sometimes they look weird, but they do get better, or they get bent. So you see here, some of those edges, because after I was painting, I was obviously adding moisture. So the napkin started to lift and it's so visible and really horrible. So I'm gonna sand it down. Some of it helps just with sanding a little bit. But in some places I need to get to the wood and get rid of that napkin completely because it just rips. So I'll play with it. Try to, you see, this one just, it was too wet and completely lifted. So I'll rip it off. And then maybe I'll add lacquer to press this down, but I'll get rid of all the bad napkins. And then I'm gonna get the tea bags on. Let's use the tea bags to age my piece. No, I don't want too many drips. I'm gonna catch them. But I've done a little bit here. So I don't know what color it's gonna dry, but it's already joining a little bit with the decoupage, don't you think? So I'll keep on playing. I like this color. So I'll be playing with the tea bags and then see how that goes. So I had, I think, 4 tea bags in there. I will be swapping them around and just teabagging my furniture and see how it goes. I go over the napkin as well, just to have the same color on everything. I hope they're not gonna break in my hand. But yeah, I like it. See, it looks a little bit, I just don't want any drips. So I don't want that drip effect that somebody would see that something was just dripping from it. I'll play around and see how it goes. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Can you see it in this light? I'll try from this side. Kind of like a old look. Because it's so sunny, I don't even know if it's showing you. It's all like blurry on my phone, I can't see anything. So let's see. There we go. Yeah, I'll play some more. Okay, I'm looking at this piece and I'm thinking, I don't like it. So I kind of don't like all of this, that this is going like that. And because on the picture that, you know, gave me inspiration for this piece, it was more like a board, let's say a cabinet door or something. And it had, let's say this napkin was in here on the door and then it was framed and then all this green was around it. So it's totally different look. So I'm thinking, how can I blend this with the rest? But I don't want to add molds around it because that's gonna be too much and it's gonna look weird because it just goes over the whole piece. So I thought I'm gonna take the fiber paste and stencil that it's kind of nothing, like you don't know what it is, just just shapes. It's not flowers or leaves or anything like that. And I'm gonna do that there. So that will give me this kind of border without using molds. So that's what I'm doing. And I've done it on the other side and I do like it. So that's what I'm gonna continue on this side. And just like a little bit of that border. A little bit here and there. And then I might also add this stencil like here and there in some places. But I will see after I apply it in here. Then I'll see if I want any more anywhere. But then when I'm thinking already about painting it, I'm thinking, oh, I need to do it green, but then, you know, I need to get the tea bags again and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll see what's gonna happen. It's like always changing, and you know, but that's what happens. Sometimes you do something, you don't really like it, so you have to change the direction a little bit, but it always works out in the end, and you are learning new things and you're having fun and you're trying new things while you do that. So so that's fine. See, I think that already looks better. I'll do this last one here and then I'm gonna show you the other side. Because I've done the other side mostly. Okay, so I'm gonna show you that up close as well. Yeah, and then the other side. Yeah, I just have to add some in there. And then that side will be done. So yeah, I will just continue everywhere with the fiber paste. And then I don't know what the next step will be. We'll see. Okay, I'm painting all this raised stencil green to match the background, because obviously it cannot stay white. So I'm just using like a stencil brush. And I'm going around, and obviously it's not going to be dirty like the rest of it with the tea bags. So I could have, you know, I could take tea bags and dirty it up again, but I think because at the end I'm going to be using a lot of brown wax anyway, so I'm not worrying about this at the moment. I'm just going to paint it green, and then with the finishing touches and everything like that, I'll still manage to join it with everything else. So I'm gonna leave it green like that, because you can't really see much of a difference. But now I'm kind of thinking I would love that stencil everywhere. But no, we're just gonna leave it around the napkin. But I think it looks so much better already with it, that there is a purpose to it, because without it, it was just weird. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and then we'll figure out the next step. Okay, I've been working long and hard about this piece, and like I'm working on 2 pieces at the moment, and I don't like any of them. But it's just one of those times. So I'm doing like small projects in between. I'm doing some potion bottles and notebooks and stuff like that to keep myself occupied and step away from this furniture. But I'm gonna push through, and I thought I'm gonna go with this look, and you know, like I do like it now, and I think it's got potential when it's gonna be sealed, and then all of this will be with lots of brown wax, and it will be aged and dark and moody and nice. But then I thought I will still go with this look, but I will add molds when it wasn't the idea for it. But I was looking at my old furniture on my phone and on my Facebook yesterday, and I kind of miss my more intricate pieces, and I thought now I'm kind of full in my spare bedroom with all my furniture that I have no space to actually fit any more painted pieces. So I thought I'm gonna spend more time on it and really focus and like throw it all on it, and use that time because I have time to actually do something more time consuming and stuff like that. So I'm gonna add some molds, and it will be like a flowy, flowery design. So like this one will go here. Then I think I will paint them all green to match with that, and then they will all be as brown and as dark as I can. Maybe I will do it with glaze, maybe I will do it with a dark wax, I will see later. But they will be flowing, not exactly on both sides of that stencil, but I will be kind of adding them all here like different flowers. They will just be flowing around this design. So I will be adding them off camera because, to be honest, you don't have to see it. As always, I have my molds already cast. I'm gonna heat them up with my hair dryer or a heat gun, and then I add super glue, but you can add the glue of your choice. I like using super glue for molds because it works quicker, so I don't have to tape them down or anything like that. So heat them up so they're a little bit more pliable, stick them with super glue, and then continue. So I'm gonna do that off camera. There are videos, I think, on my Facebook or somewhere of how to stick molds on, and it's been in my previous tutorials as well, so you can definitely see it. So yeah, that will be time consuming. There will be lots of molds, but I have plenty. And I'll see you after. That's the molds added. I only added them on one side of that design going. Like in here I just done this one little bit here, but mostly they are on one side. I could only, I forgot about that drawer, I'm gonna add some here. But on the doors I could only add it on those doors because they are the outside doors, because those ones are sliding in, going in, so molds would not fit there. That's why there is no molds there. And on this side as well, just on one side of the design. I'm gonna paint them green, and then yeah, it will be getting better with every step. So I have faith in this piece. So fingers crossed. So what I've done is I added the molds and then I painted them green to match, and then I actually took the tea bags yesterday and I added some just to match it, and I also ran over all the stencil because it was very rough. I used sandpaper to sand it down a little bit, and now I'm gonna lacquer this piece, and then we're gonna glaze it together with a brown glaze, so then I will see more what look I'm going to. It's gonna be easier for me to visualize. So I'm gonna lacquer it, and then we'll come back after that, because it's a nice day today, so it will dry quick, but it's not too hot yet, so I'm gonna do it now. One coat, and then we're gonna play with glaze. I'm gonna use glaze now. I'm gonna make brown glaze, and with glaze I think it is 4 parts glaze, 1 part paint. So I'm gonna do 80 glaze and then 20 paint. There we go. And I'm gonna make it brown, so give me a second. Okay, that should be enough. It always looks so good, almost like chocolate custard, and I always want to buy like a chocolate custard or chocolate pudding or something. So yeah, I've made the glaze. This has been lacquered once. I'm gonna add the glaze now, and then I have a wet cloth, and I'm gonna wipe it. So I will set the set the camera up, and then we'll go. I actually pulled my not muscle really, I pulled my bag yesterday. I think it will be better to do it on the side. You will see it better. So, but yeah, if I move weird, it's because I pulled my bag yesterday and I can barely move. But already yesterday I didn't really paint because I couldn't move, and today it's even worse, I would say, pain wise. But I have to do something. Okay, so I've got my glaze, and I'm gonna add it everywhere around those molds and the stencil. And really get in there, kind of everywhere. And then I'm gonna wipe it. Oh my god, because it's quite warm today as well, so I don't know how fast it will be drying. But you see, when I'm wiping it, you can wipe it by dabbing, you can wipe it just like you would wipe a table or something, and then it all stays in between those little the stencil and the molds and everything. So that's what I'm going for. You could do it with, you know, brown wax, but brown wax is the very last thing you do. And if I want to add to it, like add gold, or maybe I'm not sure if it's finished or if I still doing something, then glaze is a little bit better because I can still add to glaze, and then I can still add brown wax on top of glaze or other waxes. So that's why I went for glaze. So just in case if I want to add something or change something, then I can do it, because with the brown wax it would be difficult. If I would already wax the whole piece, you know, seal it, then wax it, and then wanted to add more colors of paint or whatever, then I'm really kind of doing double work, which of course I don't want to do. Okay, that will be nice and dirty. Yeah, because who needs clean when we can dirty? Oh my god, I can't even sit. That's what happens when you're almost 40. I had this big box of pebbles in my front garden, like not really front garden, in front of my house for like 2 years. I was supposed to use those pebbles for summer, but then I didn't. And then I'm like, I want to get rid of them because I wanted to like tidy up in front of my house. So I went yesterday and I moved the box. And when I moved the box, something went in my bag, and now I cannot move at all. And I'm actually going to Edinburgh Playhouse today for my favorite show, which is Lord of the Dance, because I love Irish dance and I've seen it many times, but it's never enough. So I don't know how I'm gonna sit there for 2 hours or however long, but we need to persevere. And I also have to go and pick up furniture from Marketplace that I found yesterday. Really nice cabinet for free, so kind of don't wanna let it go. So I'm gonna go pick it up. I'm waiting for my husband to wake up so he can go with me. Just if I can drive or something, because yeah, sitting in the car is not the best when you have a back pain like that. Yesterday I was picking up some mirrors because I'm into upcycling mirrors at the moment. and my friend was moving house and she actually gave me two massive, really nice mirrors. So I picked them up, and then there was another one going in my town on Marketplace, like a freestanding one. So I went and picked it up as well. So I have still 3 massive mirrors in my car to take out, and then I need to go and pick up that cabinet. But it's actually close to the Polish shop in Edinburgh, and my sister is saying that there is good medication for sciatica in the Polish shop, so I should go. Okay, I've done this side. I'll take the phone off, and now you can see it. Nice and very dirty. I actually love it. Love, love, love it. So you can wipe more, you can wipe less. Then I'm gonna do like a brown splashes as well. So I'll do everything else, and then I'll show you how it looks. This is what it looks like with the glaze everywhere. And the way the glaze work, it's not like I can take the wet cloth now and wipe it again, it will come off. It's not coming off anymore. It's drying, and the look is there to stay. It's not for everybody. And yeah, that's what it is. So kind of the same look that you could get with a brown wax. I'll leave it to completely dry for a couple of hours, because there's lots of, like this wet build up next to the paint molds and stuff like that, so it has to dry. And then I'm gonna add more to make it look older and stuff like that. Now this is completely dry. It's the next day. I'm gonna do some splashes with white paint. I'm using the fan brush as always. I'm gonna take some on the lid, and I'll spray it with water, because it cannot be that thick for the splashes. And yeah, I'm going for white. Normally I go for brown as well, and I think I'm gonna do brown splashes as well, but for the video I'm gonna do white because you're gonna see it better. But then after I do the white, I'll also do the brown. And then I have another brush just to tap it, so it gives you this nice little extra something. And I do it everywhere, on the napkin, on the molds, absolutely everywhere. Then you twist your brush, go the other way, and you can dip it again. Yeah, I always like that look, especially those tiny, tiny dots. They're really nice. And then I'm gonna do it with brown, maybe black, or maybe brown. And I'm gonna do it all over this piece. And then I think I'm gonna add gold to give me direction and see where I'm gonna go next. In some parts it is a little bit too dirty for me, but I've tried to wipe it now and you cannot wipe it anymore. I think glaze works like lacquer a little bit, maybe. So this is there to stay, but that's fine, we'll work with it. I kind of like this side. The front is a little bit more challenging, but yeah, just gonna see where it takes us. I'm gonna add gold now. I have a little bit on my brush. I want just a little tiny bit, and then I go sideways to my molds, offload it on my molds first and the edges. So I don't want too much on my brush when I move to the body of the piece. And the stencil as well. It's gonna give us this nice gold on the stencil. And now I feel like I have almost nothing on my brush, so I'm going everywhere. There we go. Let's see up close. Can you see it? It's just a little shimmer, but just enough. Yeah, so I'm gonna continue on the whole piece, and that's gonna bring everything together. And I've done the brown splashes as well. Okay, that's the gold added, and maybe now this light is a little bit better when I took the drawers out. So that's molds highlighted, the raised stencil is highlighted, and I'm gonna start working on the inside. Yeah, for the bureaus you always have to be careful because there's very little space when you have to paint, like especially here and stuff like that. I can't take this out, so I need to be able to put my hand there and kind of get there. So I have this special long little brush that goes in an angle and stuff like that, so I can get there. But what I'm saying is that it's better to just have one color inside the bureau because it's so difficult to get any extra there. So I would do mostly that green inside, and then maybe like a stencil here or something like that, but I'm not gonna go crazy inside the bureau. I have two nice little drawers here, so maybe I will do something different on the drawers because I can take them out. But other than that, I will keep it simple. And it also has a light, which is fun, and it's working, so that's good. And yeah, I'm gonna do that soon. So this piece is almost finished, but then I thought it's missing something, and this napkin design reminded me of that IOD transfer that I've used before on a different piece, and I think I'm gonna use it here, like cut them and use some of them here and there. And I think that will really help with the overall design. So yeah, I will show you after I'm done applying the transfers. I added the transfer. Look how amazing it looks. I think this is my favorite transfer of all times. I've used it. This is my third time using it. Yes, Rocky, you love it too? And I love it. It goes so well with that napkin, because look like at the napkin, and then this one looks really nice, and then brings everything together. I think it wouldn't be that nice without the transfer. Then I added that on this side as well, and probably after I finish painting inside, I might add the transfer somewhere as well. So it had two coats kind of. Maybe I will add some gold, and I think I need to add the glaze anyway as well, just to get it all together with everything else. And then yeah, maybe transfer as well. So yeah, really happy with it. And now I can go to bed because it's past 9. Okay, so what have I done here since you last saw me? You've seen the transfers, and then I went inside the piece. So I sealed everything and I added the brown glaze to make everything look dirty inside. So this is done there, and then inside the bureau I've done the same and I added a little transfer here. There is a shelf there, so I have to paint the shelf, and there's also another shelf inside those cabinets on the bottom. So I'm going to paint the shelves maybe brown or maybe pink for contrast, and then also the two little drawers that are here. I think I might add this napkin on them and different handles and do it like that. And then I'm going to seal everything again, and then this piece, and then I'm going to do the legs tomorrow. I'm going to turn it upside down, do the legs, probably brown, because the wood is not that nice, so I can't probably just revive it with furniture stuff. I'm going to paint it brown and gold, and then that will be it. And this piece should be finished tomorrow. I now have everything upside down, and I am painting the legs brown and then probably a little bit of gold, and I'm painting the shelves. And then those little drawers had the napkin decoupage at the front, and then painted the rest with pink.